Chase is on the case. It's me, Chase the Police Pup fan, Eevee. Yeah, Chase the Police Pup is on the case. And welcome back to my newest video. So today's video is story time with Chase the Police Pup fan, Eevee. And I customized this story like a couple days ago. It's called Eevee and the Paw Patrol to the Rescue. And that's the story I've been reading to you today. Alright. Without further ado, some who guys who watch my videos are actually not subscribed to me. So if you want to find me on YouTube, my channel name is Chase the Police Pup Fan Eevee, Chase the Police Pup Fan Eevee 2.0, and Medic Marshall the Medical Pup Fan Eevee. Alright, let's get started. It was an exciting day at the lookout. Not only were Ryder and all the pups there, but Eevee was also visiting. A flock of geese was flying south for the winter, and the birds were going to stop at the lookout for a rest. To welcome them, Rocky built a big nest, and Rubble used his shovel to fill it with yummy bread. Marshall ran over. He was so excited, he accidentally tumbled into the nest. "The geese are coming!" he shouted. The rest of the team and Eevee came down from the lookout to greet the flock too. Gotta make sure. The geese landed and immediately started pecking at the bread. One tired goose happily settled into the nest to relax. "He likes your nest," Ryder said, patting Rocky. But a baby goose wandered away from the rest of the flock. He waddled into a blue bucket and rolled down a hill. From a distance, Eevee saw what happened. "Oh no! Someone needs to stop the bucket!" She shouted. Sorry. "I'll get him!" Marshall announced, racing after the bucket. As he ran down the hill, his feet got tangled. Marshall and the goose ended up bouncing down the hill. Eevee quickly followed them. When they reached the bottom, the baby goose and Marshall were both a little dizzy. "Are you okay, fuzzy little guy?" Marshall asked. "Cheep, cheep," the gosling replied with a nod. "Hey!" Marshall exclaimed. "Fuzzy is a great name for you." "You're right," Eevee added. "It suits him perfectly." Eevee and Marshall took Fuzzy back to the lookout, where they introduced him to the rest of the Paw Patrol. The little goose liked all the pups. Marshall was definitely his favorite. Sky chuckled. "Marshall, it looks like you have a new BGFF. Best goose friend forever." For the rest of the day, the two friends did everything together. When Marshall tripped over his dog bowl, so did Fuzzy. When Marshall washed his fire truck, Fuzzy polished the windows with his feathers. Until Marshall accidentally washed him with the hose. "Sorry, Fuzzy," said Marshall. When it was time for bed, the two friends snuggled together under the stars. Look at them. They're so cute. Yeah, dude. Alright. Just before dawn, Fuzzy woke up. He was hungry, so he wandered off looking for food. Marshall woke up later and couldn't find the little goose. He was worried, so he went to Eevee and Ryder. Ryder called Eevee and the Paw Patrol to the lookout. Our engagements had to fly south for the winter, he explained. But they're missing one little goose. If we don't find Fuzzy fast, they they'll have to leave without him. Chase, I need you to call Fuzzy with your megaphone. Marshall, Fuzzy will follow you anywhere. I need you to help look for him. 2. Eevee, can you keep an eye on things? We might need some extra help. Oh yeah, before we continue, look what I got for my birthday. It's a Squirtle. And also, I know I did a unboxing video of my Eevee evolutions, but just a heads up, YouTube fans, this is Sylveon with her cape and her sleepwear, and I got Flareon. Oh, that's Eevee. My bad. Got him. Okay, my bad, guys. I'm sorry. This is Flareon. I thought I was going to get Sylveon first on the first shot, but that's okay. Flareon is perfect. Alrighty, let's continue now. I can do it. Outside the lookout, Chase called to the lost goose. Marshall sniffed the ground and searched for clues. He found one of Fuzzy's feathers. Ryder picked it up and Chase took a whiff. Achoo! Chase sneezed. Sorry, I'm a little allergic to feathers. He took a few more sniffs, sneezed, and announced, He went this way! Ryder, Chase, and Marshall jumped into their vehicles and followed Fuzzy's feather trail into Adventure Bay. Eevee quickly grabbed her bike and pedaled as hard as she could. Bingo. The team searched all around town, but they couldn't find Fuzzy. Suddenly, Marshall heard some chirping high above them. Fuzzy was on the roof of the train station. He had a piece of bread in his beak, and some seagulls are trying to take it. Pick on someone your own size, Chase shouted at the bullying birds. Fuzzy, fly down here, Marshall called. But Fuzzy couldn't fly down. There was a plastic soda can ring wrapped around his wing. Sorry. Okay. Ryder and Eevee said in unison. We need to get him down so we can free him, Eevee added. Ryder agreed. Marshall, quick! Use the ladder to help get Fuzzy down. Marshall was on it. Marshall extended the ladder on his fire truck, which scared away the seagulls. As he started to climb up, Fuzzy tried to run to him and fell. Marshall quickly held out his fire helmet and caught the little goose. Sweet catch, Marshall! Ryder cheered. Back on the ground, Ryder carefully removed the plastic ring. from Fuzzy. The little bird was free. He could fly again. Eevee and the Paw Patrol raced back to the lookout. They had to get there before Fuzzy's flock flew away. But they were too late. The geese had just left. Fuzzy would have to flap fast to catch up to them. Fuzzy didn't want to go, and Marshall didn't want him to leave either. A little gosling belongs with its family, Ryder said. But he'll never make it on its own, Eevee stated. Marshall agreed, and Ryder quickly came up with a plan to return Fuzzy to his flock. Let's take to the sky! Sky exclaimed as her helicopter zoomed into the air, pulling Marshall along in a harness. Come on, Fuzzy! Marshall shouted. Time to fly with me! Flap! Flap! The baby goose wanted to follow Marshall. Fuzzy flapped his wings, rose from the ground, and flew into the air. Marshall, Sky, and Fuzzy could see the flock in the distance. Fuzzy flew as fast as he could until he finally caught up with his family. He chirped goodbye to Marshall. Goodbye, Fuzzy, Marshall called with a teary sniffle. Have a safe flight, you silly goose. Back at the lookout, the pups played jump rope. You guys did an awesome job today, Ryder said, and he thanked Eevee for her help. Without you, we would have never been able to get Fuzzy back to his flock. Marshall missed Fuzzy, but he knew his little friend would visit whenever his family flew overhead. Until then, he had his possum pals, Ryder and Eevee, to keep him company. And here's the group picture. The end. That was a good story, isn't it? Oh, I know what the name is now. I just got an idea. I'm gonna name it Bedtime Story with Chase the Police Pup Fan Eevee. Yeah, well, it's almost 10. I gotta get to bed, guys. So, if you want to see more of my content, subscribe to my free channels on YouTube. They are Chase the Police Pup Fan Eevee, Chase the Police Pup Fan Eevee 2.0,